So instead of getting more depressed because I was talking to my little box here, that guy actually cheered me up a little bit. Probably can't tell because I still act like I'm like on Valium. But man, work has been so fucked up lately though. I just like just I have something I want to do in this little clip, but like for all you people that go to work and like get all involved in the politics and all that stuff, I mean I don't know how you do it because it wears me out just going there and doing my job. Man, I can't even imagine. There are people around me just like in a tizzy about something every day, and it's always something unrelated to actually doing their job. I mean, like, I don't know how they fucking do it. Because they gotta get, I mean, they get enough work done that they're gonna stay employed, so I just would never be able to do that. And then I come home and I just pass out. I'm like exhausted. I don't know how they do it. They probably call each other when they get home and talk more about the stuff that they're pissed off about at work. I just like that's. I mean, I'm not like. I just don't understand it. I think like some people call it introversion. I don't know. All I say is like I just like shut my trap after like 5 o'clock for the most part, except for like doing shit like this. So anyway, now I'm depressed again thinking about like all the idiots I work with, but you know whatever. Believe on moves. But I just want to say like I really like I'll start. I mean, this is kind of a bit I've been thinking about, but like I went to Detroit and met some guys, some really nice guys up there in the hip hop scene. They're not big names or anything. They were friends with. They went. I think they actually they either went to rehab or they went to high school or both. With a friend of mine that had come to Dayton to go to the University of Dayton. It was like his second choice school. So like I totally like Detroit. Like I thought Dayton was bad, and like I went to Detroit. I mean, like they're poor. I mean, they don't have any money. And like the one guy works as a plumber, and the other guy does something else, you know, construction or something. And then on the off season, he does something else. You know, they're not like exactly like what you would call like high on the totem pole. And their neighborhood, I mean, I thought I was like asking them to put armored plating on their cars. I mean, that shit was crazy. Detroit is it's survival of the fittest there. It's crazy ass shit. Well, like, you know, people always ask like, what's Dayton noteworthy for? And it's kind of hard to explain, but like, there's a book that came out, and I think it's out of print. I've been looking for it, been trying to find a copy, but it's called "There's Something in the Water," and it was about the Dayton music scene. Like off and on for years, like right after Seattle hit big, like there was an article in Time, like one was that big, like oh yeah, Dayton's the next big thing or whatever. The Breeders had hit, you know, oh yeah, this Mel's great music from Dayton. But you know, like and they've said that a couple other times, but really like people. There are two things about music in Dayton that are really interesting. One is that there's some really like what you would call like forward-thinking artists in Dayton who are doing like stuff that like you have to do a lot of drugs to enjoy mostly, but like or you just had to be kind of weird, which is where I fall in. But like it's really innovative, unique stuff. Some of it ends up being very influential. I mean, there's names like the Breeders, Guided by Voices, you know, Brainiac, you know, great bands. Guided by Voices in particular, I think was probably the most popular of the three. Oh, the Breeders went platinum, I think, but it was they were kind of a one-hit wonder. Electric, Kim and Ideal cut two more records under that name with Electric, but I don't really know what the lineups were or whatever, or even if they were living in Dayton at the time. Like people move in and out of Dayton. And the funny thing about Dayton also is like if you ever have lived in Dayton, don't expect to ever live anywhere else for very long. It's like for some reason it's like a black hole. That's how I describe it. It's like you leave Dayton and you get sucked right back in. And I've never seen anybody leave for more than 10 years. You know, it's 5's more like an average. But I mean, like Dayton has a lot of good bands, has a lot of good people, not even bands, people like who can't find a band because everybody in this you know, there's like a lot of people in this city think that metalcore is the in thing. It's like, dude, like that was like when Helmet came out in 1996. I'm like, fuck metalcore, please. But like, I don't know, I mean, but like there are a lot of forward-thinking artists in Dayton who do a lot of interesting stuff that like really nobody else does, and which is kind of like there's the something in the water trick. I mean, it's like what's neat about Dayton is if it comes out of Dayton, it doesn't sound anything like anything else. You know, like unlike LA where it's like all rehashed, or New York where it's like, you know, like how many times can we like rewrite Jack Kerouac? It seems like over the last few years, it really pisses me off. Not that there aren't like good New York bands. There's tons of good New York bands. Just that the fact is that there's tons of them, and they're hard to find. They get lost in the mix. But there's good people in Dayton, and I like, but at the same time, like Dayton is not. People in Dayton do not support local music at all. There's another band that I don't particularly like, but at one time was very popular. I think their lead singer just died, so. And if I can, the name's on the tip of my tongue. They were a screamo band, which of course you're not supposed to call it screamo if you're a fan. And you only call it screamo if you don't like it. They were fine. I just wasn't my thing. It was too much like metalcore. That's why I didn't like it. But anyway, I'll think of their name in a minute. They come from Kettering, which is it's about 5 or 6 miles away from where I'm staying right now. And that band, I guess, like, you know, if you go back to what I just said, it's a little derivative. But at the same time, like, I mean, you know, like, I don't know. They were Hawthorne Heights is what the name of it. Hawthorne Heights. And if I could remember the name of the lead singer who just died, that'd be great too. Apparently it wasn't drug related, which is amazing. Which, like, really, like, ups the ante for my respect for them. Because, like, I figured they were just another, like, bunch of booze hounds that, like, got lucky and got signed for no apparent reason, which happens all the time. I'll have to check them out. Maybe download something from them and see if I can, like, overcome my prejudice against palm-muted riffs or whatever. But so anyway, I just want to like say like I just want to like a big shout out to Dayton. Yeah, Dayton is a cool place, really. Like I think like the thing about Dayton is like the thing about Dayton is that especially if you come and people are like out and having a good time, you will see stuff that you would have to go to like Pluto to see anywhere else. And and that's the thing about Dayton that's so interesting. And there's also the nice thing that once you get to know a few people in Dayton, everybody knows you. And if you don't fucking jack off in their eye, they'll treat you great. So, you know, like I've got more friends than I know. You know what I mean? If it really came down to it, someone would come out. You know, say Tim, you know, like fuck. You know, here's $50. Call someone who cares. You know, I mean, people are good to you here. And even if you don't know them, sometimes they'll just talk your ear off. Which is fine with me. And that's like I said, I've always been more of a, well, that's not actually true. When I was a little kid, let's see if I can fit this in 15 seconds. When I was a little kid, I never stopped talking. Like, did not stop talking. And by the time I turned like 16, I completely quit talking. So, like, you know, whatever. I guess I got all my communications out early on. And, you know, cool, I got it in 15 seconds. Well, you know, now here comes the